In this first step, we're going to go ahead and face off the top of the part. Before we do that though, I'm going to point out a couple of other things. First of all, when we made our CAM file before, we left it in our customer data folder. This is 100% acceptable, but if you like to be extra organized, go ahead and drag and drop that down into the machining folder. Yes, you can do it while the file's open, that's no problem for TopSolid. This way you can focus more on just the CAM file and not worry about that sending data. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save as well. Now here what I want to do is I want to face off the top of the part. There are a couple ways to do this. First of all, I can go to my 2D 3D mill tab, I can go to end milling. If I go this route, the software wants me to pick a tool and pick a face. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go here and pick a tool. I'm going to double click on slot mill because I want to make a new end mill. I'm going to say here, I just want a 1/2 inch end mill. I'm going to leave all the rest of these values by default right now and hit the green check mark. Now that I have my tool, I can go to my geometry and select the face to machine. And like that, I now have toolpath. It's that simple. Now, to make some quick setting changes, I'm going to click again on geometry to hide that, come over to my quick settings change, and I'm going to go ahead and set a few things. Notice as I mouse over these values, they highlight in red. That means they're modifiable by double left mouse click. So I want to leave 10 thousandths there. Maybe I'm going to leave 10 thousandths also on any walls or islands. Maybe my depth of cut I want is 1/16 of an inch, and maybe I don't need any skim passes because, well, I'm just roughing. Finally, I'm going to go ahead to my cutting conditions here and set a few cutting conditions. I'm going to work at 2500 RPM and 25 inches a minute. And by the way, I'm hitting tab between fields to move forward. And I'll go ahead and activate check coolant. Last step, green check mark, and you have just created your first toolpath within the TopSolid 7 platform. Right now, we're looking at a simulation of the facing. Just to go over some of these tools, you have pause, you have stop, you have rewind, you can start again. You can see the simulation is coming down from tool change. If I hit the divide key on my keyboard, it skips to the next position of the cut. If I hit the space bar, that's a shortcut for pausing. Let's also not forget you can rotate, pan, and zoom during any of the simulations inside of TopSolid. And finally, to get out of simulation, just go ahead and hit the quit button here.